AI's threat to humanity will be far greater if China masters it first. Gordon Shan, who knows something about China. He lived there as a lawyer for, I think, 19 or 20 years. Okay, so according to China expert Gordon Shan, AI poses a direct threat to humanity, but it'll be more of a threat to humanity if China masters it before we do. China's proposed measures to ensure AI development adheres to socialist values and does not disrupt the economic or social order may also hinder its AI development. Furthermore, China's politically repressive system that relies on censorship is not conducive to AI development, and AI may not react well to such restrictions. Chinese tech firms like Alibaba and Baidu have created bots to rival banned AI products like OpenAI's ChatGPT. Finally, China's great AI capabilities and access to vast amounts of data give it a built-in advantage to AI development, creating an arms race and lowering global standards. Thoughts?
Yeah, what was the quote? That it's dangerous if China masters this before we do. I think that stands for anything. That's not just AI. Anything that China masters before America does is probably going to kill us. I have been convinced for years that technology will take my life, so this is further proof. I am terrified of all this stuff. I don't understand it. I don't know why people trust it so blindly, and I don't know why we're okay having it when we know that countries like China, Russia, Iran, everyone else has it as well, possibly at a higher level.
Is that why you use an Nextel? You're still using old school phones? She's still got the flip, folks, if you can't see the phone.
I wish, yeah.
But isn't it scary, Pat, when you have people like, Elon Musk saying, like, listen, I'm involved with it and I'm going to be making a shitload of money off of it, but it's going to be dangerous. And they're giving you the warning sign right now that it's going to be taking over. There's already, mind you, I'm seeing robots working. By the way, did you see that one robot, Pat? It was working at some warehouse and it just fell over from being overworked. Did you see that, Adam?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, this is the clip where he's saying, like, what?
This is Elon was on Tucker last night, and they talked about AI regulation. And Elon brings up a great point about regulation. If you want me to play this real quick,
yeah, go for it. Rob, your audio is very low, so raise it.
AKA loud.
Go ahead.
And we're only putting regulations after something terrible has happened. It may be too late to actually put the regulations in place. The AI may be in control at that point.
You think that's real? It is conceivable that AI could take control and reach a point where you couldn't turn it off and it would be making the decisions for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, that's definitely where things are headed, for sure. I mean, the things like say ChatGPT, which is based on GPT-4 from OpenAI, which is a company that I played a critical role in creating, unfortunately.
Back when it was a nonprofit?
Yes. I mean, the reason OpenAI exists at all is that Larry Page and I used to be close friends, and I would stay at his house in Palo Alto, and I would talk to him late into the night about AI safety. And at least my perception was that Larry was not taking AI safety seriously enough.
What did he say about it?
He really seemed to be one sort of digital superintelligence, basically digital God, if you will, as soon as possible.
He wanted that?
Yes. He's made many public statements over the years that the whole goal of Google is what's called AGI, artificial general intelligence, or artificial superintelligence. And I agree with him that there's great potential for good, but there's also potential for bad. I said, well, what about, we're going to make sure humanity's okay here. And then he called me a speciesist.
Did he use that term?
Yes. And there were witnesses. I wasn't the only one there when he called me a speciesist. And so I was like, okay, that's it. Yes, I'm a speciesist. Okay, you got me. What are you? Yeah, I'm fully a speciesist. Busted.
It's a new word that I just learned today as well.
By the way, go ahead. So you see this. How do you feel about what he's saying here?
Well, the whole point is that he brings up regulations, but the only time that we put regulations in place is after something tragic happens. Are we going to wait with AI until something tragic happens before we start regulating it? And if that's the case, it may be too soon. At that point, the AI could become self-aware, self-conscious, and then how do you shut it down?
So I got a question for everybody here, and let's just see what angle we take this. Okay, So his concern is he's trying to pump the brakes on AI. Okay, fine. So would you rather have, let's just say you pump the brakes on AI on private sector. Entrepreneurs, you got to pump the brakes on AI. Is the government also going to pump the brakes?
Never.
Okay, so they're not going to pump the brakes. Would you rather, you have three options. Private cannot go to AI. It's overly regulated, but the U.S. government can. Okay? Both private and public can go AI and let her rip, okay? Meaning like go for it. You can do as much AI as you want. Government can do it and private can do it. Which one of those two? It's just going to be two. Which of those two would you rather prefer? Are you trusting more private with AI or public with AI? Elizabeth, I'll go to you first. Which one do you prefer? It's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean,
Because what he's saying is he's pumped the brakes. The government's not going to pump the brakes. So you're telling privates pump the brakes on AI. So who is going to pump the brakes?
Right.
Do I want them to monitor everything, but you don't want us to go and impose? So who's going to stop, who's not?
no, that's fair. If there's no way to get the government to stop, which there never is, then we must continue and hopefully have more experience.
I agree.
Than they do.
I agree with her. 'Cause I mean, yeah, you can't. This is such a slippery slope because it's like everything that all those movies, all those iRobots, and all the warnings of what they're doing, it's coming out into our face and we're seeing. And I'm telling you right now, Pat, it's happening like fast. There was a documentary called The Transcendental Man by something. If you could look it up, he warned Pat of the Artilect war, not him. Other people in the documentary. Artificial intelligence against us.
You're getting
a little choked up?
You good?
This AI,
I'm getting lethargy.
I'm getting verklempt.
I'm getting verklempt. But that's the future, and it's scary. And the guy they're warning, it's coming, and it's gonna it's happening faster and faster. And one of his points was, when we look at an ant, Pat, you don't think twice. You just go, and the ant dead, right? That the robot is going to get millions and millions and millions of times smarter than us, where that robot's going to turn on us and be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Telling me what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Elon brings that up in the interview. He says if humans wanted to go around and kill every chimp, we could kill every chimp because we're strong. We may not be stronger than chimps, but we're smarter than chimps. We're the smartest species on this earth.
Yep.
What happens when there's something smarter than us?
Then we're
spoken like a true specious.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just care about humanity,
and then,
don't you?
Yeah, so this guy's all about the future in this documentary, but all the other people in the documentary are like, this guy is nuts. You're asking for the end of humanity because robots are going to take over. So,
well, I think every industry has regulation. SEC, FINRA, the EPA. There needs to be some sort of regulation here. I mean, even crypto needs to be regulated right now. But I mean, I think you bring up a good point about government versus private industry.
You say crypto needs to be regulated right now?
I think there is. I'm not a fan of central bank digital currencies, but I think there needs to be some sort of regulation out there. I mean, even everything that just happened with the Silicon Valley Bank, they lifted regulations, disaster. So, but they're also, to your credit, the famous the meme. You ever seen that meme? Let me see, where it's like these two guys are talking, and the guy goes, "Did you hear about the new bill, or do you support the new bill?" And he's like, "What new bill?" He's like, "It's the bill that gives the government the no."
No,
like I'm not in favor of it. I don't want if the government.
No.
So I don't know if you can find that.
Were you going somewhere?
But there needs to be a balance. There needs to be a public-private partnership and an agreement on what the hell's going on with this AI. I don't know about AI enough to even to weigh in on this, but I do trust Elon Musk on this.
Well, I mean, I don't trust anybody that created it. Now is like, that's like making a gun and going like, hey, I don't trust it. Now you made the gun. You know what I mean? Like, and the hell with the government or the private. The machine itself is going to be superior than us. That's the fear. That's the genuine fear, is this machine saying, who are you to tell me what to do? And I have the power and the ammunition to take over you. That's the fear. So I don't care who has it. Once the machine becomes too smart, it's a wrap.
Right. And you're talking about the one made possibly here. Imagine the one made by the Chinese.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. And
that's a different level.
Wow. So I don't know. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we can fully put a pause to innovation, and I don't know if I fully feel comfortable saying you can innovate, but I can't.
Right.
And hey, I'm smarter, and I'm going to be more under control because I'm not driven by power. Let me try to see what I can do with this technology, and I'll tell you in a couple of years how it's going to help you. Yeah. Because I'm the government, and I'm here to help you. It's just a very honorable thing to say. We know when we look at the last time the U.S. population trusted the government the most, this guy named John was president, and his last name is Kennedy.
Yeah.
And it was 72% or 70%. Today it's in the 20s. People don't trust the U.S. government today. It's just period. You know, the weaponization, spying, all this stuff. It's like, look, we don't trust what you got going on right now. We kind of want to leave that part alone. I will say it's when an Elon says it, you got to give it credibility. He started it. You know, it's like when the vaccine guy who started the vaccine, he's sitting there now saying, like, there's a lot of people that invented a product, and they turn around and they say, I wasn't too happy about what I produced. Not necessarily the vaccine, but certain things that they invent. Maybe Elon is somebody we ought to listen to. But how we go about it is the issue. I'm not comfortable with it being fully deregulated. But again, we're going to see what's going to happen. Apparently, according to this former, model that Harvard and University
Elizabeth
of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
we're going to
Figure
die
skating.
because of technology.
I said I was
so
going to
tope
die.
it. We have to stop it. We have to figure out a way to stop it. And Elizabeth's got a message to folks in D.C. and this guy named Elon. Okay, we should listen to that.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.